I mean, I've had duck plenty of times. I've never had, oddly enough, I've very rarely had your traditional roast duck. Most of mine has always been like the Peking duck sort of,
Really?
yeah, variation.
All right. Oh, mine. Hang on. I got a live button.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are now
I've
live.
I've started the thing a minute early, so fuck it. I'm not cutting out the intro today.
Perfect. Yeah, I just pulled this up, so yeah, that'll be the new thing. We'll just monitor ourselves. Are we up? Are we not?
There we go. In exactly a minute, I'll do the welcome. Oh shit! I best get my intro up though.
Oh, slightly important.
Oh,
Welcome to Too Legit to Crit, where Taylor is wondering why she's doing this.
I'm happy to be here.
all right, you guys ready?
Ready when you are, sir.
Okay, so welcome to everybody to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast made for people who laugh in the face of death saves.
I actually forgot those were a thing. I had to make death saves like a campaign ago. And I'm like, oh, I'm dead. And they're like, no, you're not. You have your death saves. I'm like, am I what? Oh, right. Those are a thing. Yeah.
So real.
So tonight we have the honor of being joined by the one and only Spunky Taylor herself, who has deemed it, for some weird reason, has decided to come and join us. Yeah, she's far too good to be on this show.
True story.
Welcome, Taylor.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm Spunky Taylor. I'm a Black variety content creator. She, her pronouns. I do the things and do all the jazz.
That's the best description ever. Hands down.
And when you say all the jazz, you literally mean all the jazz. I can't remember a time when I've not seen you in something.
Right now. No, I was gonna.
Yeah,
for the next 2 weeks.
Wah wah.
Womp womp.
Welcome to America.
The land of the free, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Starting off strong.
Starting off so strong.
Yeah. Happy notes. Woo.
Look, I've got a whole community of gamers who hate me. I might as well get another country to hate me as well.
I know. I don't think anybody would hate you for that. Like that's painfully accurate is what that is. Like, we're not even gonna play. Like that is accurate. It sucks. We're playing it by ear. But you know what?
That's all we can do right now.
Yeah, exactly. Like the adventure's not. I've said this on a couple of my platforms. Like, because I'm big on adventure. It's I don't care if it's cheesy or not. Like that life is an adventure. It's still going. It's not over. We're just gonna figure out where we're going from here. We're just taking a short rest or a long rest or a really long fucking nap. Either way.
So, speaking of adventure, how was everyone's gaming week? What did we get up to this week? I think I'm going to start off with our guest. Taylor, did you get any gaming done this week?
I mean, like right now, I've looked up my calendar. It's been a very chill week of session zeros. It's been session zero weeks right now. I am one thing I did pre-record. I'm in an Avatar game. I will be the Avatar, my special guest for
like
the channel.
Airbending or like blue people?
Airbending.
Okay.
Awesome. Airbending. Yes, I'll be playing the Avatar. Her name is Aries. Cool. She's Fireborn Nation. She has been excited to be part of that adventure with the group as a special guest. I'm not there every episode, but we recorded my appearance recently.
So, what did you think of the system?
They are not using the system.
They're using
5e, but they created their own techniques and the way to build it. It's very homebrewed. It was really nice and interesting to see how this group set it up.
That's awesome. I love homebrew anything. I don't care what system it is. If it's homebrew, I love it. Like, and that could just be my absolute like authoritative issue streak in my body. So, like, these are the rules. Fuck it, yeah. But I don't know. That's really cool.
Real. Like the way they built it in Roll20 was interesting. Like they did the character sheet for me and everything, and so now I could just hit the button and it just does it all for me. I was like, oh, they did such a good job. It was really
there's some work gone into that because I looked into creating character sheets on Roll20 and it's not a straightforward thing to do.
No, like when we had our mini session zero with me and the GM, I was just like, well, do I have to fill this out? Because you gave me all these techniques. I don't know how to put it in here. And they said, I'll take care of it. I'll just roll your stats. I'm like, okay.
That's amazing. That's
so,
fantastic.
And then when I got it back, I was like, it was all there. I was like, dang.
That's fantastic. I love making character sheets. Like I feel like I design a new character sheet for every system I learn, except Fabula. But I'll get onto that later. But Roll20, I couldn't. I was like, no, I'm not. This is not my realm of. this is not my jazz.
So real. And then I'm in a few session zeros for Black History Month next month. So there's a lot of tables I'll be part of over there. Very excited. There's we're doing a Life is Strange game.
Ooh.
We're using the 2 Moon Rising system that Hunters Entertainment created. It'll be on Help Action Needed channel. It's gonna be a charity game for Black History Month.
Love that.
I'm very excited to be part of there.
Love Help Action Needed.
Yeah. And then I'll be on Girls Run These Worlds. Meadow created How Do You Love Darling created a game called the Hex Heist. So I'll be over there at the table. That's gonna be every Friday in February.
That's amazing.
And that's pretty much all right now that I could talk about with the session zeros and stuff right now. So it's been pretty chill right now. Oh, I've been a Candela game that's created by Paige.
Very cool.
With a fantastic, but that probably won't be live until April. But we're in pre-recording of it. It's been a great time. I really love Candela.
I love the amount that you're just in it. Like that's like a full calendar, and you're like, oh, it's just chill. It's just chill. I'm like, that's more than I think I would have time for in a whole month. Like
no, because like me and Help Action and Sean, we be comparing our calendars. Our calendars are crazy. Like if I ever show you my calendar back in from June to now, you'd be like, how are you breathing?
That's fair.
You are an insanely busy creator, and it just makes me even more appreciative that you managed to find time to come and hang out with us for a bit.
It was one of my number one goals this year to be here, and I'm glad I'm here.
That's amazing. That means
as I told you, the DMs are like, I will be here. I will do it. And like the best thing I tell other content creators, like, make sure you do give yourself breaks. So like after today, I'll be on a 2-week hiatus. Well, I guess about forced now because of TikTok, but I was pre-planned on my end that I'd be on a hiatus just to not be on any TRPG games or any live streams, so I could focus on myself and other aspects of my content creation, because I've been content creating for 11 years now. So yeah,
that's amazing. Atlas, what about you? What have you done gaming wise?
Put too much lemon juice in my water. First of all, dear God, sorry, I was not making a face at Taylor. I swear, I was just taking a sip. I'm like, the fuck. I picked up my DMing, I guess, last Sunday. Because remember we pivoted. I hadn't DM'd for so long. Yeah, and I picked it up where we left off. And it was so good. I was nervous as hell that there's going to be a loss of interest in the story because I had not ran my game since before Christmas. So that's a long time to not run a game. But the players just picked up and ran with it. And the combat was good. The storyline was good. It was a really pivotal story moment for the players to kind of put pieces together. And for a brief moment, I thought they were going to miss it because they're going about the action and the adventure. And like, okay, well, we need to do this, we need to do this. And one player put a piece together, and then it just chain reaction clicked with the others, and they all brought a little piece of information to the table. And it was such a beautiful moment where they did, like, each person retained just the right amount that when they put it all together, the story blossomed. And you could see it on their faces, is that like, oh shit moment. And I'm like, yay. So yeah, that was my gaming for the week. Tonight I'll be playing in something. I don't remember what we're playing. Oh yeah, we're playing in Connell's game. Connell's DMing tonight, so it'll be a good one. We're excited.
Awesome.
For that. Yeah.
As for me, I got back to Delta Green on Wednesday after almost a month off due to like the festive period and all that.
Oh.
And we got to the end of the first part of Impossible Landscapes, which, without giving much away, it's a very sort of crucial realization for the agents. They get to a point where they just kind of go, we've come as far as we can go. And that's when they decide, or the players decided to basically get things solved or things ended as opposed to continuing the investigation.
Oh.
And that is part of the story. That is part
Okay.
of the campaign, because now the campaign picks up 15 years later.
You were talking about that last time.
Mhm.
I'm excited to hear how that goes. I'm super excited because I know you've been pumped to play this game or run this game.
Oh,
Play this game? You're running it, right? It's possible.
I'm running it, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So far, I went in with high expectations just on account of what I'd read.
Yeah.
It has not disappointed. It is, and if anyone gets a
Good.
chance to run Impossible Landscapes or even playing it,
Yeah.
jump at that opportunity.
All right.
So yeah, we're moving on to part 2 in about a week's time. Other than that, I know I've said time and time again that I've sworn off Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Here we go.
But when GM Mistress Winter comes and says, "I'm putting together a campaign, do you want to be in it?" You say,
you don't say
fucking
no.
yes.
Yeah, you don't say no to that.
So we are starting tomorrow. Tomorrow we're starting our homebrew world. We don't know anything about it. GM'd by Mistress Winter. It's going to be myself. It's going to be Misfit Playland. And it's all going to be our friend Chris, who's been in a couple of things for the crit list. And we did our session 0. I want to say Thursday.
Oh.
Or
okay.
Tuesday. I want to say Tuesday. So we did our session 0. We got everything out of the way. Our characters are made up. I'm really excited to play this character. And yeah, it's Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So I don't really need to learn the rules.
That is refreshing. I have to be honest. That's refreshing. I have our good friend Rob, Darth Oldius. He is going to be running a game for us. And I'm super excited for it. But like with every new game, if I'm running the game, if I'm DMing it, I'm super excited to learn the rules. Like Household, I ate those rules up. I love it. I'm also really excited that I discovered I am a dice pool girly. But like if I'm a player, I don't know. There's like this nervous block. Fabula Ultima. I need to update my sheet and get everything updated for like the level up for the next session of games. And like I want to, and I haven't. And the only reason I haven't, the only thing blocking me is literally my own nerves. Because I'm like, well, but what if I read this wrong or the numbers are wrong and I don't want to like fuck this up? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Like, why am I in my own brain like that? I don't know. But yeah.
So yeah, I mean it sounds like a decent week of gaming, to be fair.
Yeah.
We all been busy. We all been creative. What's 32 plus 24?
Sorry?
What is 32 plus 24?
56.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. I have learned how to make iced coffee at home.
And for that you need maths?
Yeah, I was curious how many ounces I've had.
Right.
I took a sip of that water. I'm like, man, that feels really good. And then I'm like, oh wait, that's probably because
Just imagine like a whiteboard next to Atlas full of fucking like high massive equations as to okay, I need to create the perfect latte.
I don't math, y'all. Literally, someone's like, oh, make sure you have this many cups of coffee for this much water. I just threw the coffee in the fridge, took it out, threw the milk in, oat milk, threw the sugar in. Oh, it tasted all right to me.
I mean, to be honest, I can't laugh because
chaos method.
Because part of my my current gym drive, I've now gone down the rabbit hole of getting protein supplements.
Yeah.
Powder, should I say. And obviously that's 50 grams per this amount of water. So I've got a scale and I measure out my 50 grams.
Oh, you're fancy.
Yes, but then it spills and I end up with white powder on top of a scale.
You just deal
and
with
it's
it.
just like
you just deal with it. just deal with it.
If someone were to see this.
I'm just saying that's why people do pre-workout without the water. Like I used to do that and then it was really bad for my nervous system. But yeah, no, we don't do that anymore.
I just want to take a quick moment and say hello to everyone in chat. I haven't typed anything, but so we've got Sam, we've got Couch in there. Couch is ill apparently.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was so excited to see him. I was like, Couch, but then I'm like, no, wait, what? He's ill. I am so ill. That's such a British thing to say. I'm sorry, Couch.
I'm so
Your
ill.
your English is showing.
Ill.
I'm so ill.
Help.
Yeah, but the thing is, if we say we're sick,
Uh-huh.
we like the British mentality immediately means one type of illness, or you kind of your mind
Oh.
immediately goes there. If you go, I'm sick,
Really?
people immediately think
interesting.
it's like a more visceral sort of.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Mm.
Huh.
So that's why we say ill for the most part.
Interesting. Interesting.
Well, in America, sick means 500 different things.
Yeah, right.
Good, bad, great, fantastic. That's
No,
sick.
That's sick, man.
That's so sick, man.
I have a 9-year-old who is addicted to YouTube. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm aware. I'm
Welcome
aware
to-
of some of
welcome
the
to brain
lingo.
rot, America.
Some of the
brain
lingo
rot.
that comes out of his mouth is like, you're English.
That's literally one of the new shirt designs that I have just about ready to throw into the Traveler's Chalice. Is the English is hard because
It
no,
goes hard.
English
We're
is
cooked,
hard,
man.
Yeah.
Like I went to an event yesterday. It's like I'm into K-pop. I love
Same.
K-pop.
Yes.
Yes. So like, wait, who's your alt group? Who you like the best?
Listen,
I'm so fucking lost.
It's okay, John. We love you.
It's
I'm
okay.
old. I'm old. You need to understand.
It's okay.
Like Big Bang, like TOP,
Bang,
like that's
bang, bang.
yeah, like that's my jam. And one of my girlfriends back in Indiana before I left there, she was like big. She was BTS. She was Army, and so it was really fun when the two of us got together because I love I love BTS too. But like,
I was like, I'm not an Army. Like I will listen to the music, but I'm not gonna fight for my life for tickets.
No,
but I do love me some Shiny, and I do love me some Stray Kids who I'm seeing in June.
Yeah. Oh,
where
are you seeing them?
Chicago.
That's a good place.
I got Pitt Soundcheck VIP.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
About to fight for my life. But so in my state,
I'm just watching as fangirl. Give us a moment, John.
Can I just say,
it's so nice to find other K-pop stands.
Yes,
I could watch this all fucking day. Let's just make the show about this. You guys crap on about K-pop.
Yeah,
like, and I'll just sit here incredulous.
Don't tempt us.
Okay, not to be that crazy. The reason why I got into Stray Kids is because their music video has lore and there's a whole storyline.
Yes.
And me and my neurodivergent brain made a PowerPoint. I have a PowerPoint that explains the lore from day one to now occurring.
For fun? Was there
fun?
Oh my god, I love you.
I just love lore. I did the same thing with Five Nights at Freddy's. I did the same thing with Welcome Home. And it's like, why would I do for this random K-pop band that made the storyline?
You're so 100%. Like the storyline behind it is so good. And Big Bang did that for a couple of theirs. It was super subtle though, because nobody was used to that yet. So if you go back and rewatch a bunch of their music videos, you can see the Easter eggs that connect them. And even when they went and did their solo stuff, like Taeyang, it's like
they everything's together. Also, ATs is great too. That's all.
So,
oh my god,
Catch has just put in the chat that he's gonna see ATs next Monday, and he's gonna see Stray Kids in July.
I was just about to say, how did I not know that Couch was a K-pop fan? But then I'm like, no, I knew that.
Couch is a A-Tiny and a Stay. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
But okay, so there in my state, there's never anything K-pop related normally happen here and stuff. So they had a cup sleeve event. I have no clue what cup sleeve means. I just heard K-pop people are coming together. But a cup sleeve event, you go to a cafe, they design a cup sleeve for your cup of whoever they're celebrating. So they were celebrating the new year for Stray Kids. So it was cute and everything. Everyone was there, was very nice. We just mingling, talking with each other and stuff. And it's just like this lady just came up to me and she was like talking to me. It was a lot of moms was talking to me because they all thought I was like a minor because like their kids there was a minor, and it was so funny. They were just chatting with me, chilling, and I was like, yeah, and I use a lot of brain rot slang too.
Yep.
And then I was like, but yeah, and I brought. I was like, yeah, I graduated college 4 years ago. They said 4 years ago. And I said, they was like, how old are you? I was like, 27. It's like, you don't sound 27. And I was like, my slang was too strong for them. And I was like, I'm just blending in with my environment.
Yes.
And I was like,
you have to adapt.
I have to adapt. And like, also I have even being a K-pop stan, I don't understand photo cards for the life of me.
Right.
I do have some because I buy albums.
Right.
So I have like a mini album of photo cards. So I'm going there with my event because the event is trading photo cards. And I was like, I was using that so I could trade so I can make a nice little photo card deck for my friend who couldn't be at the event and stuff. So I was like, I don't mind trading my cards for you and stuff like that. But they was going ham on it. They was like, well, this card typically costs like $3 plus this. And I'm like, I have no clue the words that's coming out of your mouth. Do you want this card or not?
Do you want it or not? Yeah, that's how I am.
Do you want to trade? Is this a good card to trade or do I need to move on? And then they start talking about this is official photo card. This is an unofficial photo card. It's like the photo cards is official and unofficial. Like, do they have to sign it? Do I have to get off of vacation for this?
Like what counts as official? My girlfriend Coco, the army, I would get things, and then if it doesn't mean anything to me, I would just give it to her. Like, here, by the way, here. She loved it. It was
I was like, I wanted to have like at least something. Yeah, because I give a couple of my cards away to a couple people where I'm this girl said I never had like an IN Stray Kids card. I'm like, here, have it.
There you go. You know, we're talking about K-pop and Fabula Ultima and the whole that scene. And you know what I just got hit with really hard? Like, I really, really, really want to fucking play. I want to play a Squid Game TTRPG. Like, someone needs to put that together.
I think you need something very lethal, though. You need something because you wouldn't be able to have a system which was forgiving, because that's not the spirit of Squid Game.
No, it would
just
use
Dread.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that would work.
That would work.
That would really be the best route for that.
Stefan has just jumped on the chat. He's quickly just popping in just to say a quick hi to Taylor, and then he is also not feeling very well.
Oh no, Stefan!
So I guess mine and Stefan's challenge is off until another week.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, get to feeling better, Stefan. Thanks for popping in. But he's in on it. Squid Game TTRPG Dread. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, we can look into that.
I'll cosplay for it.
Same. Let's go.
I'll get the jumpsuit real quick.
Yeah. I actually just bought this really cute sticker that is not exactly safe for YouTube, but it's cute.
It's a penis, isn't it?
No, it's this cute girl in like the pink triangle shaped mask, and she's got a little card that says "Play with me." Just shut up. It's really cute. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Right. So Squid Game does have a lot of weird characters, which coincidentally brings me to this week's question of the week, where I went out into the wide world of Threads and Blue Sky and Mastodon, and I asked people if they could tell us their most weird and extraordinary character that they've managed to come up with, and I got a ton of fucking responses. So
I'm excited for this one.
Taylor, if you're happy, we're going to read through some of them and maybe make some comments and and see if we can relate it to anything that we've ever done, really. So first of all, over on Discord, Corvus, who we haven't heard from in a while, he's still about, and good to hear from him. He said he made a changeling bard with amnesia. Their whole identity is a mystery even to themselves, and thus they perfectly encompass everyone else because they have no sense of self beyond what they can do. That's just deep.
No, I can connect with this character so hard because I have a VTM character who changes all the time. I want to say Ravenous, but I probably got that wrong. So we're just gonna say Ravenous for right now. But this character can change. But this character is so old as a vampire for a long time that they also lost sense of themselves, so they don't know what their original look like at all. They can change, and they just made up a base form, but they do not know this base form is really their aura is still just is in effect. Or and maybe one day, as I thought about later on in the campaign, I'll just have her relax one day and see if this true form that you created is really true or not true. So I relate to that.
I love that.
That's good.
I really like that.
That's good. That's a really, I feel like that's a really sort of existential dread sort of character.
Yeah,
I have no idea who I am. And I've got all this ability to change, and I don't know where to land on. That's
fantastic.
Especially being a 300-year-old vampire too. He was like,
Yeah, that's
your
amazing.
memory just fades away.
We had a player at our table, and it was the opposite, similar concept, but the opposite, because they played someone who basically got blasted by a magic spell, and they could remember who they were. They knew who they were, but every single time they died, they came back in a different world, realm, timeline, species, race as something else. So they were never themselves. And watching him play like the same character, but so totally different, and having to deal with the existential dread of like, I'm me, but this isn't me, was so weird. So
That's
weird.
like Quantum Leap in a TTRPG.
Yeah, it was so
Love
cool.
that idea.
And then we would change campaigns and DMs and storylines, and straight up, because he wasn't a huge fan of playing D&D, but he'd be like, can I play this character again? And every DM was like, yeah, we love that.
Nice.
No matter what they play.
I would love to play some character like that, but make them into a phoenix.
Ooh, yeah.
Because but like they would be always be a phoenix, but when they come back, they're a totally different species, but they have that. They still have that heritage.
That's really good. So over on Mastodon, this is quite a long one. Terix, the puzzle secretary, wrote that the DM of the D&D 3.5 campaign I'm in specifically asked the players for weird characters. So we came back with a character poor at psionics who was trying to make inroads into a new variation on it, who suddenly became good at it after she and her girlfriend / rival made a trip into the Mournland that they don't remember, with said rival now being under her command, to the new mistress's dismay. That's okay. She knew the assignment.
That's the assignment, all right.
All right, there's a toroid being of unknown origins whose humanoid half is a psionic goblin.
Ooh.
And whose quadruped half is a blink dog.
Wait. Oh, wait. What?
Yeah.
Wait.
All right. Yeah.
That is weird.
Who personality-wise is the party normal and has had to grow into accepting her own strangeness and becoming party leader despite her abrasiveness. She's mine. So that is the person who wrote this. And then there's a fourth PC to help out the group, which is an ancient magic item meant to pilot a humanoid body and serve as an advisor who tried to talk people down from a historic apocalyptic action failed and was pried off their body and thus deactivated, until recently when a mad artificer attached them to a life-size toy goat from the era. Fucking hell.
A life-size toy goat.
Great.
Meaning the goat was like a normal goat size, or the goat was extra size? Life-size.
I imagine the size of like a toy goat, but the size of a
normal goat.
goat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the part I got hung up on, but it's that 50-something grams of coffee going. Woo!
So can we talk about the size of this fucking goat first?
I just really want to know about the size of the goat. Okay.
We gotta learn about the science. We can't worry about size just yet.
No. Yeah.
All right. So our friend, that gamer Ajax. I played in a game where somebody did the 3 kobolds in a trench coat, but actually pulled it off. The stats were dependent on whichever one was on top, while movement was the one on the bottom. It was a secret, and we were so confused why their personalities changed so often. I love. That's fucking cool. Brilliant.
That's a good kind of chaos. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for chaos, full stop. Hayden Stafford says that one of my players once played a Dragonborn paladin with a deep country accent that both acted and sounded like Old Man McGucket from Gravity Falls. And he went through 5 different paladin oaths. I have no idea what the reference is. I'm old. I've never seen.
How do you know?
Gravity Falls?
What just fell?
Yeah, Gravity Falls.
Yeah, it's the cartoon of the twins.
Yeah,
what's it, Mabel and
Dipper?
Thank you. My light just fell.
Yeah,
there's no getting it back.
That's like the transition of like Gen Z and Gen Alpha kind of cartoon too. I was like
I know Gravity Falls. It's good, but
love Gravity Falls. That's one of the lore pieces things I fell down the rabbit hole because when that book got released.
Oh my god!
And then everybody was on that on TikTok. Was looking at all that. I was like, I hopped on that ARG too. I was on that website like looking at waiting for it to update. I love ARGs.
Yes, I feel like there's also like this weird gap of like the generation of our age that have had kids, so they're familiar with the even younger cartoons. But like, I'm not. I haven't watched Bluey in a day in my life, but everybody that are my friends that have kids love Bluey. John.
Well, the thing is,
Yes.
I give people Bluey a pass because
Bluey's good.
It's an Australia
Yeah.
show first, so it came to America late. So I
Yeah.
give people. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my partner about Bluey the other day, and I was just saying it's just it. You know, I'm singing its praise, and she goes, "Well, I don't have a toddler. I don't have a kid that age.
Exactly.
I don't have." I said, "I see you're an adult. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Right?
If you want to load up Disney Plus and watch Bluey, go."
Connell says that all the time. We'll be like, "Oh, this was so like Moana. The original Moana was so good." And we're ranting and raving about the original Moana and how the next one we have feelings about it. We're not going to get into, and like. He was like, "Well, I don't watch Disney. I'm an adult." And I'm like, "But you know, Phineas and Ferb, like,
yeah, which is coming back,
or is coming back.
Yeah, that's exciting. That it's back.
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Yeah, RJ from TV. I know adults who watch Bluey and they love it. I'm fucking one of them.
Yep. Yeah, and Connell literally just proved my point. 45 years old, still own Phineas and Ferb stuff from when his kid was like, yeah, like so there's that gap of like, yeah. Yep.
All right. So we've got Embodied Voice says that I just created a fungal wizard in Dagger Heart based on a trumpet mushroom with spells stored in 3 rings hanging like CDs from its cap. Think gramophone / DJ wizard.
I love that.
I
love that so much.
And I'm jealous I have still not played Dagger Heart.
I haven't either.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
As much as I didn't want to, as much as I kind of went, I'm gonna hate this. I played it and I went, holy shit, this has got legs. This has got something. Yeah, I can see a full campaign getting built out of Dagger Heart quite easily.
Yeah, a lot of people say it's like very easy to world build and stuff with it. And I'm hoping I can experience it again. Experience it one day.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to play it again because now the official rules have come out. So we played, obviously we played it in beta. So I'd like to play the real rules just to see what's changed between when I played it and now. So if I do get a game together, I'll ping you a message over.
Thank you. And also, it's made by a woman too, so we love woman game designers.
Yes, we do.
Here,
100%.
Shout out to Rowan.
Yeah.
Love you. They've been a long time friend.
That's cool.
So imagine if over on Threads.
I love Shannon.
I just created a fairy blood hunter that turns into a vampire bat and a face squirrel druid rogue that has ADHD and trades in secrets. These are my next 2 characters over at Somebody's Heroes, and I'm pretty damn stoked about them. I love them already. Right now, I'm playtesting for Margot Mods Games, and I have a barbarian bugbear named Mouse who has a special subclass that gets gooey. I don't really want to ask any more questions on that one.
No, listen, Shannon makes the best characters. Like
amazing.
I don't get to watch everything that she plays, but she'll post just like, oh hey, by the way, this is what I'm playing now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I look forward to her character posts. They're so cool. They're great.
All right, so we've also got friend of the show, Craig Tezrak the Imp Slayer. Wrote that last year playing Wildsea, I played Selicrae. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. What is basically a sentient collective consciousness of hundreds of thousands of tiny spiders. Way to creep out everyone at the table there, Craig.
That's a creep.
No, Craig.
Creepy.
Craig, no. Craig, no.
Craig will hack this one day.
No, Craig owes me his Obi-Wan hoodie for that. No, Craig. No.
Okay, so that's all I have, and now I put it to yourselves. What is the weirdest character that you have ever? Because I'm struggling here. I don't think I've really branched out of normality.
Well, what are we counting as weird?
Yes, I don't know what weird. I guess the weirdest I have I was just on Characters About a Story recently, and I cosplayed as my character who is a pirate who got cursed with gold, and half of her body is gold.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Like,
I like,
very cool.
I think that would qualify as unconventional. Let's go with unconventional.
Like very king-minded, kind of
Love that.
energy. And the cosplay is me. I latex go flex on my face. So
Love
as
that.
a pirate.
That's pretty cool. What about you, Atlas? What are you thinking?
I don't know. All of my characters, the weird stuff is like their storyline, because we've talked about this. I really like dive hard into the story of the game. If we're talking just character development, like character design, weirdest concept would probably be Mercy. She was a Pathfinder game. She was a Leshy, but she was created by a druidic culture that used giant runes to basically build her body. So instead of this cute little Leshy, there's a 7-foot pumpkin-headed gourd woman. And she's this like itty-bitty, thin, frail Leshy with an umbrella, and it was steampunk themed. So she's very fancy. She's a lady, but she's a barbarian class. So she beats people with her umbrella. Because she was built to be a hardcore built nanny for a very rich Victorian girl. So that's probably the weirdest one, just because people are like, "Oh, you're playing a Leshy? That's cute." I'm like, not really.
I think the weirdest things I ever did with the Pathfinder Society, because I never fucking took it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'd build a character for Society play, I'd basically pick a pop culture staple and try and replicate it. So I think the one I had the most fun with was John Bowby. He was a bard gunslinger.
Oh yeah.
And he would, like, the entire story was back 20, 30 years ago, he was very popular, and then he kind of disappeared.
I don't know, John. I'm enjoying watching you play Madonna wannabe.
Yeah, she is. She's interesting.
She's
that is basically Madonna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are playing Madonna, and it's, if anybody ever wants to be entertained, go watch our Spaniard be a very loud, washed up wannabe diva. She's wonderful to watch.
She's an arsehole, and I enjoy playing her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was it for the question of the week. I want to thank everyone who kind of contributed and everyone who kind of sent in their responses. And yeah, that was really cool. We will post another one out, I'm guessing tomorrow. Gives people ample time to answer. And I'll try to think of something this evening. Yeah, I don't have this shit planned. This thing comes to me. Then I'll be going to bed and
you'll
just
come up with something.
Got a question, and then I have to put it on buffer to post.
This week's question is: what Squid Games challenge would you die in if it was a TTRPG?
So just any random fucking pop culture thing, and just staple it onto the TTRPG sort of hobby.
Yes, why not?
The game Squid, because I still don't understand the rules.
Yeah, same. Thank you. Like I rewatched that season so many times. I'm like, what?
Which game's that? Is that season 1? Because I've not seen season 2 yet.
Yeah, season 1, the very last game. Like why it's called Squid Game? The one with like the triangle, the circle.
Yeah, and you have to like get across, but it's on one foot, and it's like, yeah, it's
holy
weird.
shit. I need to rewatch that because I cannot fucking remember.
It's literally the last.
In the rain.
Game.
It makes no sense to me. And I feel like if someone explained it to me in real life, I'd get it. But like watching it, I'm going, is this like a language barrier breakdown?
I would have to do it myself. Like,
yeah, I'm hands on.
Like, because I played on Roblox, the Squid Game thing. I mean,
that's fantastic.
It's so funny. Like the clips, the short clips got me, and I was like, I need to try this out. Let me see.
Yeah, my kid's got Roblox, and he comes up and he's like, "Oh, Daddy," it's like, "How about we don't play that one?" Yeah, and you go back to playing Blox Fruits.
Yeah, I played Dress to Impress on there. It's really cute.
See, he's on Blox Fruits. He's getting to quite high level on Blox Fruits, and it's the only game where we can have a conversation. Because he'll come up and, I got this fruit, and this is a perm and all that. And I actually understand. But the moment we go from that to Strongest Battlegrounds or something like that, I'm fucking lost.
I just can't believe Roblox has still been around this long. I was trying to explain to my brother, because he like my nephew and so like that, and he's just acting like it was a brand new game. It's like, no, because I looked at my Roblox account and I had it since in 2008.
2008. Holy
2008.
shit!
That's how
Wait,
long.
that's
That's how long Roblox has been around.
He's playing this game now, which is again,
It's crazy.
I don't know whether it's Strongest Battlegrounds or another one of those sort of clone games. And he goes, "Hey, Daddy, I've got these ultimate moves," and he'll put it, and it goes into these fucking anime style transitions.
Cutscenes and stuff. You can go
really
to
elaborate.
You could go to Disney World on Roblox. Me and our friends went there. It's amazing. Putting yourself on first person, just on the roller coasters and stuff. It's like it almost felt like I was in Roller Coaster Typhoon. And like these are people just sit there. It's like Minecraft. Like people just sat there and just made these servers and just sat there and made these worlds. And like,
I could never
crazy.
get into Roblox or Minecraft, but one thing that almost did it for me is someone did Minas Tirith in Minecraft, and that like the fact someone sits down and builds those things, like it's fascinating.
I haven't I got Minecraft. I did like the Hunger Games on Minecraft, and that's pretty much it. But I never done like survival mode. I never built a house. I didn't know how to even do any of that, to be honest. And then Roblox was like the same round. It was during my 11 years of content creation that the gaming group I was with on YouTube wanted to play Roblox as to make content. So that's how I had my account. And so doing all that, well, I had my account in 2008, just never did anything with it because I didn't understand Roblox as a kid. I was
Minecraft.
a Toontown girly.
Yeah.
That is new. That has gone over my head. I've no fucking clue what that is. No.
You know Toontown?
No, never heard of that.
Have you heard of Club Penguin?
Club Penguin, vaguely.
I was about to say you better have. Come on.
Like Toontown and Club Penguin are both. Club Penguin was Disney, right? No. Club Penguin.
No, Club Penguin wasn't Disney.
Toontown was Disney.
Yeah.
And Toontown is basically you play as a Disney, not a Disney cartoon, but you can make your own Disney cartoon, and you fight capitalism. Like you fight these businessmen with gags, which is like pie in the face and squirting water bottles and stuff like that. Is literally you're fighting capitalism throughout this thing. You level up, you mingle with people, you have these boss level, you do tasks and stuff like that. And then it shut down in 2010, I want to say something. And then a bunch of college students bought it, so the servers are back up. They just had to take Disney out of it.
Yeah.
So I still play it to this day.
I'll have to. You got me at fighting capitalism. I'm down for that.
I tell all my like friends with kids, I said, if you want a fun game to play with your kids and stuff that's nice and safe, you like there's no chatting, or you can turn off chat because there's no voice chat, it's all text chat, and they censor everything because it's all kid friendly because it was Disney. I always suggest Toontown. Nice and free, task oriented, love it.
I will definitely check that out, see if my kids are interested. But I bought Minecraft on a whim. Just it was cheap in a gaming store, so I thought, people have been talking, I'll give it. Holy shit, I got addicted quick.
Yeah. It's like The Sims. If you like Sims, then Minecraft is gonna be a dangerous gateway drug for you.
See, Sims is a problem for me because I never play the game. I never do the accomplishments. I never play the game. I never live out Sims. But I will build entire cities and characters and storylines. And like when it's all done and ready to be played, I make another one. Like it's just the creation part of it.
That's basically Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Like I finished campaign once and I was like, wow, I want to design this character. Oh, I like this character. This looks pretty. Am I gonna finish the game? No. Am I? No, I'm not gonna finish the game. Like I've been on this Dredge campaign for a while and I just never went back to it. I'm still in Act 1.
I have so many, like I don't even know. I think my mods for Sims outweighs the normal content. Like I have so many mods that my computer, thank God I have a heavy duty computer because I'm just like this huge massive file that I have saved on my drive that when I do download Sims to play it, I bring it back over, download everything. It starts eating all of my space, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I make D&D stuff.
So obviously Sims kind of tries to replicate real life and whatnot. It is kind of like a simulation as per the name. So that kind of leads us to your question.
It does, which actually I'm very curious, Taylor, to hear your opinion. I asked, my hoodie just came unzipped. Like while it was zipped. Sorry, that was super late. No, so I asked a question asking what kind of games people prefer, because like we always ask about systems and blah 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 blah. But what I wanted to know is like the ratio of you're a normal person thrust into a weird situation. Kids on bikes, Call of Cthulhu, things like that, where you are just Joe Schmo, you.
Yeah.
versus Mutants and Masterminds VTM, where you are something else
Yeah.
playing in, to be honest, usually those settings, a normal world, whether
Yeah.
it's fantasy, sci-fi, or whatever. And as expected, the feedback was a lot of 50-50. And what like the whereabouts was that I found, like the two that I just pulled over is Fear Cohen's on Blue Sky. It says it's escapism for me. Either of those can be that depending on genre and context. I think of many of Connell's games as extraordinary people with powers having extraordinary problems, and he can dig that. I also like the occasional survival horror adjacent killer dungeon crawl, ordinary people with extraordinary trouble. And then Dark Gatekeeper generally lean to superhero side of things, but prefer supers that started off as normal. I think part of the fun of the genre is discovery of power, figuring out what one can do, how it's useful, when not to use it, things like that. If you were given a ranger morpher, but there's no alien invasion, what would you do with it? So, like, the encompassing gist from everybody's replies was interesting because the trend was people that have a lot of things going on in their life, like their real life is not normal, want to play normal people dealing with a weird situation, whereas a lot of people that were kind of like, my life is boring, I want escapism, want that fantasy high drive but normal situation. It was a weird trend of like people really genuinely wanting to play the opposite of whatever they're dealing with in life. So I'm just kind of curious what you guys prefer. Like, do you like a good mix of both, or do you actually tend to, even subconsciously, when we lean one way or another? Like, what's your jam when it comes to, I guess, the theme of the games you like to play?
I'll let Taylor go first, unless.
I'm still thinking.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm a good thinker on it.
Okay. I don't think I've ever consciously made that decision.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever kind of gone, okay, so yeah, I want to play, someone who's quote unquote normal, in an abnormal situation. For me, very setting dependent.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing Delta Green, and again, I say playing 9 times out of 10, I'm GMing. So, but if I'm playing Delta Green, then part of the strength of the horror comes from the fact that you are not supernatural. You do not have abilities. You are fragile. Life is fragile, and these things do not care. And that, as well as that in Call of Cthulhu and any sort of existential horror based game, will be based on that. Will be based on the fact of you are nothing in the grand scheme of things. So that lends itself to the horror. And when I run this game, I have an easier time portraying the horror. I have a much easier time conveying that to players whose characters are, okay, if I get hit hard enough, I am gone. And there's no second chances, there's no resurrection, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Whereas conversely, the moment someone goes, right, you're going to be a superhero, the flight of fancy takes control. It's like, okay, I can now do anything within the fiction. So here's what I want to do. In both those cases, I feel that you can put a realistic spin on it. So yes, Liberator is an analogy for Superman, and he is a true hero.
Oh my God, John! No,
he's an analogy, but he's an analogy for Superman. But what is really going on with him, and why I find the character so interesting, is not due to his abilities. It is due to his personality, his disposition. Yeah, you say he's a murderer, but why?
Yeah.
That is what I find interesting about a character, and that can be a character. It can be a Pathfinder level 20 character who's essentially a superhero in that world, or it can be someone in the Triangle Agency who's an office worker.
Yeah.
So that's that's the
that.
kind of way I spin it.
I love that.
Yeah, I think I do both a lot. I think the biggest thing I like to in my characters is always self-discovery.
Yeah.
It's always a big thing. So I don't mind starting off as normal and then randomly in the middle, supernatural stuff happens, and then my character becomes supernatural, or it could be backwards, where my character was supernatural then become normal. uh Self-discovery is like a big part of the themes I love to play in, and so just to change my character drastically, throw me a curveball and be like, oh, okay,
Yes.
that happened. Like I need to play a Oathbreaker Paladin one day. I never done that. And that's basically a big self-discovery.
Yeah.
As a big example for that. So yeah, that's what the I lean towards and stuff. Because I think my favorite system is Monster of the Week. So and you can just be normal on there, or you can
I
have a
need to
villain.
play that. I've heard such mixed reviews, and I really want to play it.
I love it. I love
Yeah?
it. I think it's just because if you're someone that is love improv and don't want so much heavy rules,
Mhm.
I always recommend Monster of the Week. It's basically there. It's black and white. Your ability is vague that you can do whatever you need. Rule of cool is the biggest thing for Monster of the Week, I feel like, and I love Rule of Cool.
I mean, I played Monster of the Week. Couch ran Monster of the Week for myself.
I bet Couch would be good at that.
And I didn't quite enjoy it at the time, but because I hadn't quite grasped the concept of a different type of game. I was coming from Pathfinder, there were rules, everything had to be thingy. I had to know how much I could move and where my positioning was.
Yeah.
So I didn't quite embrace Monster of the Week. I would love to give it another go. Now where I have played other things, I've got more experience playing. I run Blades in the Dark, and one of my favorite systems. And that is, again, very different. It's a different style of play entirely. So yeah, I'd love to give Monster League or any PBTA game, for that matter, another shout, because I think I'm in a better position as a player than I was when we tried Monster of the Week originally.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm with you, John. I don't think I've ever like consciously thought about it until I asked the question. I hate that when I ask questions that I myself am like, huh. But I have often played the super special powered superheroes or questers and party goers, whatever. And I, like you, Taylor, I prefer more of the storyline of the character. I don't really think of like, oh, I want this really cool splashy ability and that's why I'm building the character. But just recently I've been playing we're 2 real sessions and then like 2 half sessions. So I guess you could say I've done 3 sessions of this warlock character that I'm playing, that I have not once used any of her powers, because in theory, story-wise, she doesn't realize she has them yet. So I'm just playing literally it's plain person, and it's been so much fun. And like obviously her power is going to get unleashed, I think tonight actually when we go to game. But that development, that character development of that discovery of like, oh, whatever. So I don't think it really matters if it's a normal person, which I have played a normal person in Supers, John. That was trippy as hell. Like she was like a Robin character. Like, yeah, she had high athletics, high ability, but there was nothing fancy about her. She was just really dark and demented. Oh, you and her Liberator and
I love seeing when
sorry.
I love seeing when a penny lands on Atlas.
I just am like, that's a crossover that needs to happen.
She gets so excited.
That'd be such an intense game.
Okay,
oh man.
Yeah, we can talk about
it. Connell, if you're listening, put a pin in that. Even her game name was Scourge and Liberator. Yeah. Anyways,
you know, I
forgot I was saying.
You were talking about your question, the one that you posted.
Yeah, whatever. I'm good for it all. Oh yeah. I think the point is my preference is like Taylor. My preference is to play something that evolves. Like it doesn't matter which way it starts, so long as it's evolving and the character grows with the story.
I've always wanted to find a system in which I could mix those two things together.
Oh.
And the easiest example I can think of to throw out there would be something like Power Rangers, but without using the Power Rangers system. So you have normal people who then are able to sort of power up in a way and do these feats of like godly sort of abilities, but then they get back to normal. And I think as a GM, you'd have a lot of play with that. So you'd be a moment like, oh, you can't use your powers yet, but something's coming for you. And it'd be about how to survive and get to the point where they can use their abilities. I've always found that a very alluring concept, and I've just not quite found what system I would like to use for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually in a similar boat because I very much so have a story in my head and a mini campaign where it's the opposite. I'm gonna have all my players start out like max level, max development, whether that's, you know, whatever level 20 in 5e, or if that's a superhero situation, or if it's any other game, just high max level. And then as the game progresses, start knocking them down and like have them actually lose whatever it is that they are like, I guess, overpowered and specialize in as the game goes, and let the players discover how they handle that. Haven't decided what system I'm going to run it in yet, but that is back there.
So Connell in the chat has put, my favorite thing to play is something that physically transforms as it goes on. I like the idea of the slow increase in power or the passing time of slowly robbing the humanity.
Love that.
Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay has a good sort of angle on that with the chaos.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like there's a Pixels Circus made a totally spies like campaign
Really
thing, and I'm trying to see like what system they use, because that's what it reminded me for like Power Rangers. Like these are totally normal teenagers and they turn into super spies and they do all this stuff. So I was like, I wonder what system they use for it.
I wanted to be the yellow Power Ranger so bad. We played Power Rangers when we were kids. No one let me be a Power Ranger. She was so pretty.
I was always Gold Ranger.
Oh man, I wanted to be the Yellow Ranger so bad. She was so pretty, but I couldn't. Everyone's like, "No, you have to be pink." I don't want to be
pink.
For me, Power Rangers was a weird one because when it kind of came out, it was the height of their popularity. I was just a bit too old to publicly enjoy it. And I was, I was too cool for that sort of shit. So, I liked it, but very much in the sort of, okay, I'm gonna watch it when no one knows.
This Power Rangers was one of those, I think, early signs that like the universe was telling me, she will be a TTRPG player, because I loved Power Rangers as a kid. And I had an older sibling who also loved Power Rangers, and we would run around the house playing Power Rangers. I didn't play house. I didn't play dress up. I ran around the house playing Power Rangers and X-Men. Like I pretended to be these characters, and I literally got myself in trouble. And my mother stopped letting us watch Power Rangers, and it's not even my fault. He started it. I got cornered. Okay.
Was it when you summoned a Zord and your mum went, "Not a fucking again"?
Yes. Like I summoned it, destroyed the house, pieces flying everywhere.
There's a 60-foot fucking dragon in my fucking kitchen.
Say
close.
Tiger.
Close. I got cornered because we're playing Power Rangers, and my older sibling was threatening me. Granted, I understand it was a game, but I got so into it that I just hauled off and punched him. And of course, he starts crying, and my mom was like, "Okay, you're not allowed to ride Power Rangers anymore." And I'm like, "He started it." I was cornered. He started it.
That's so funny.
But yeah, Power Rangers.
I mean, he was playing Rita, so
yeah, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always liked the concept, and like lesser things than like Power Rangers, maybe something like Dragon Ball, where you do have this power up ability, but it's trying to find a way, not necessarily to balance it, but a way to kind of make it work within the system.
Well, okay, Couch, if you're still listening to this, I hope you're asleep and passed out because you're ill. But like, okay, Fabula Ultima. I'm supposed to be like, I'm power suiting, like not power suit like Iron Man, but power suit more like an alien when Ripley has the exoskeleton frame. And Couch and I haven't had a chance to talk about it, but I'm like, how the hell am I going to make that a normal thing in this situation? Like, I don't know how we're gonna like build that into the story and the system of just like everything's fine. Like, she's not gonna walk around the street in this exoskeleton like mech suit. Like,
I can help you because I've just done it.
Okay.
I've done it for my other fabulous character.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that because that's one of the things where it's like I'm playing this. It's a weird character. I love her so much. Like she's the daughter of a clockmaker that ended up like ring fighting, like boxing, to support her two older sisters, and she's getting this exoskeleton suit, which I'm pumped for. But it is very much so of like how I understand it's like anime based, but even at that, like not everyone walks down the street in a suit, so we got to figure something out.
Yeah, there are ways. I've already built mine. I'm 3 levels into it, so
nice. I need to get an actual sheet downloaded so that I can actually play around with the character sheet. But...
So, have you ever played Fabula Ultima, Taylor?
I'm not.
No.
I mean, I think,
if you're into like the JRPG sort of subgenre, it
like
fits
Final
it really
Fantasy,
well. Final Fantasy, Ultima Online, stuff like that. It really fits that really well. So what would you say is your sort of go-to system? If someone, I think you already kind of let it slip with Monster of the Week, but I was wondering if there was anything that you kind of leaned more towards, or is Monster of the Week the one?
No, it's always heavily Monster Week. If somebody comes up to me and say they never done TTRPG before, and they're like, "I want to jump into D&D," I'd be like, "Hold on, slow down, buddy." I suggest that Monster of the Week is a very easier system because a lot of people just think, "Oh, TTRPGs is just fighting," but I think like Monster Week helps with more role playing aspects in the world because you got to investigate, you learn perception checks very easily. It'll be different wordings, and then you got abilities. Your ability is simplified, but you can do whatever you want with it. Simpler, your stat building super easy, -1, -2, and guess what? You get that too in D&D. Character building, the world is open. I think it helps out folks and stuff with that all the time. As I always suggest people to try Monster of the Week, and then you can graduate towards D&D slowly. At least have a concept in your brain. And so, but just fighting, there's an ability to fight and stuff, and like how to fight with others. So I think it's just a nice mini version of it. To you don't have 1,000 dice. You got your 2d6s. Yeah, and that's all you need.
I love me some D6.
I think it's also good for new players because it's got such a wide range of touchstones.
Yes.
Whereas D&D, if you like D&D traditionally, it's like, okay, it's fantasy. Yeah, if you're in, okay, do you like Tolkien? Then you might like D&D. Whereas if someone goes, well, no, I don't really, I'm not interested in fantasy. So other games have got a much broader sort of range. Whereas Monster of the Week, you can go, right, do you like Supernatural? Do you like Buffy? Do you like Legacies? Do you like Vampire Diaries? Do you like, you've got all these shows which are culturally significant.
Yeah.
Pick one. Just go out there. Do you like X-Files? Well, let's do that. And it works.
A lot of the games that's on my discography pages are Monster of the Week, but when you like listen to it, you be like, you don't know that it's Monster of the Week sometimes.
That's fantastic.
Like I love Camp Metaview. Camp Metaview was a big one. That was a horror camp mystery thing, and that was run by Monster of the Week and stuff. And I made there was a comedy show as a part of where we made a birthday party for a dragon or something like that, and that was Monster of the Week. The Riot brand, the variety of it and stuff. I enjoy recommending that to folks.
That's very cool.
And plus, I got introduced to Monster of the Week. Well, I was already like in too deep with D&D, and D&D is not it's not my go-to at all ever.
Yeah.
And then I was introduced to Monster Week as like a chemistry test, and I was like, and when I did it, I was like, this is forever staying with me, and I love Monster Week. I wish more games. I wish there was more games out there. There was more casting calls for Monster Week. I enjoy it very much.
I love anything that genre blends. Like if it's a system that allows you to genre blend, or even if it's just a world that like, oh, I can apply this other theme to it that you wouldn't expect, I'm here for it. Like, I'm currently. I'm torn, Taylor. Here's my problem. Like I'm running level up right now, and that's fine. Like the players are loving it. It's a great system. They're enjoying it. That's what's important. My players are having fun. But because I would say we're mid to 3/4 of the way through the story. I'm trying to think ahead of like, okay, what do they want to play next? And obviously I asked them, I like, hey, what do you guys want to play? And I'm always torn between systems because on one hand, I'm like, I can introduce them to 13 Moon Games, Covenant Crucible, modern fantasy. Let's do it. I've got a really cool like did you ever watch Bright on Netflix?
Bright? No.
Yeah. Okay. Are you familiar with the idea of Shadowrun?
Yes, I think so.
Like modern day, like take like orcs and elves and fairies, but
Yes.
modern day. Like you've got witches with coffee houses and whatever. Like I
Yeah.
have this idea of that, but then like a zombie-esque like situation breaks out, and instead of a dungeon crawl, it's an apartment crawl. People are trying to get out of their apartment. Want to run that?
sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and it's
That
like
sounds
it's gonna be so
nice.
much fun. And I was like searching for a system, and then my brain, I got Covenant Crucible for Christmas, and I'm like, oh hey, there we go, there we go.
That's a good one.
So it's either gonna be that, or it's gonna be a gothic horror fairy tale household. I'm excited, but I'm torn. And I don't remember where I was going down the road. It had something to do with something. 50 grams of coffee, guys, not grams.
Oh my God.
Kilograms.
So
Ounces?
I was
Atlas needs to do more math.
No, Atlas needs to learn English.
That too.
English is hard, y'all.
because I'm a private GM, so like I have not made my debut as a GM publicly
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I like playing Monster of the Week a lot privately and stuff.
Yes.
But maybe this year I'm probably make my debut as a GM.
Yeah. Well, let us
Yeah,
know because we'll support it for sure.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
But I do believe, unfortunately, that's about all we've got time for.
No, John.
tonight.
No.
Yeah, I know. We've all got busy lives
Boo.
this Sunday evening.
Boo-hiss.
I know.
Tomato.
Yeah. That took me a hot second. I was like, did I say tomato on one? Oh no, she's throwing tomatoes. I got it. I'm with
So
you.
Justin, our good friend Justin has just decided to join in the chat. Where the fuck have you been?
Justin!
But I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat actually who's come and joined us and kept us on our toes. It's awesome seeing you guys. We love you. Next, Taylor, thank you ever so much for finding time just to come and hang out with us. It's been absolutely amazing, and I'm so happy that I finally got to talk to you in as person as we can be, considering there's an ocean that separates us.
Yeah.
Do you wanna just tell people whereabouts they can find you and plug as much as you want to plug right now?
Yeah, and I'm Spunky Taylor. I'm Spunky Taylor all across all social media stuff on Twitch. I'm Spunky Taylor Games on there because I deleted my Spunky Taylor account, but they wouldn't let me have my username back.
Oh, I did that too.
I was like, because all my audience was on my Spunky Taylor Games. It was a whole complicated thing, but that's why I'm Spunky Taylor Games over there. I was like, I do a lot of variety content. I'm a cosplayer. I do TTRPGs. I love gaming. I'm just I'm a blurred. I talk to you about K-pop all day and stuff too. And just like you can tweet at me all your K-pop needs and stuff, and I'll talk to you about it. But that's everything. I think the most upcoming stream I have will be on January 27th, and it's gonna be a designer stream with the okayest GM. I will be helping design my first ever solo TTRPG game with a group of panelists. We're all just gonna be on that stream together and make a TTRPG game all together right there in that short.
I'd be excited.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's a crazy project. I love solo TTRPGs, and that's something I'm trying to do more this year is explore more solo TTRPGs on my channel.
Very cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Atlas, do you want to tell people whereabouts they can find you these days?
That's a painful comment, but yeah. Right now I'm just gonna push Blue Sky and YouTube. That's it. I mean, you can find me everywhere else, but Atlas Ursa, Atlas like the Titan, Ursa like the bear. Yeah. We're just gonna say that for right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As for me, you can find me on most of the social medias at Natural Juan or Natural.Juan at a stretch. That's Blue Sky, Mastodon, Threads. I'm also behind all of our all of our social media presences, whether that be on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We won't mention anything else for now until we know exactly what's happening in the future. If you like what we do and you want to support us, then subscribe to our channel. Or you can go to our Coffee account, give us a one-time donation, which helps pay the bills. Or you can subscribe to our $3 a month tier, which will give you exclusive access to us in the Traveler's Chalice, where you can help effectively shape the direction of the show. Because, anyone in there, we listen. You are the first people we kind of put these ideas out to and get told it's shit and then not bother doing them. But yeah, you can also find our merch. I am trying to get. Taylor has wonderfully decided to model our Moves Like Atlas shirt. We've also got our Waffle On shirt or our just brand design. Anything like that just helps us keep the lights on and helps us keep doing what we're doing. But most importantly of all, I want to send a big thank you out to everybody who's taken time out of their busy day to listen to us waffle on about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much, and good night.
And then this is the part where we assume that we're not live, even though we are live and people can still hear and see us.
What I want to start doing is when we go offline, because we know everybody's in the chat and YouTube and listen to, is just start shit talking them.
Yes, yeah. Did you hear about that couch guy? Like, so flaky.
What
Come
a
on.
bellend. And then Justin arriving like at last fucking minute. Oh, what a knob.
How dare. How dare.
Yeah. All right, everybody in chat, thank you very much. Love you guys.
Yeah, seriously. And thank you, Taylor. This was fun.
Thank you, everyone.
Nice.
Thank you, chat.
I love meeting like